Alright, y'all, what the fuck is up, y'all? Yes, I am back. This is a part two simply because the mic died. So, I am on track 15 on my back. This is probably one of the songs that I play this song more than any other song. This and Every Time are the songs that I literally play back to back to back to back to back. Like literally it'd be in the queeve. It'd be like on my back, then it'd be every time, then it'd be on my back, then it'd be every time, then it'd be on my back. Yeah, so it's like I think what I really like the most about On My Back is the chorus, for real. I've never heard of that young lady. I'm definitely gonna have to look her up to see how her own music sounds. But I really like what they did with the little chorus. It was nice. I really liked that because it was, it was sexy. Sit on that face. Yeah, I heard that. It was sexy and all, but it wasn't like a fucking slap in the face. More so what Cardi gives you when she say half or majority of the shit she says. It's when the old girl was on the track on the chorus, she made it really silky and smooth and girly. You feel me? Like, and it was really catchy. And something about that little beat, and I was like, damn, I've heard this song before. I've heard this song before. And lo and behold, it was funny. It was Janet Jackson's How Time Flies. It definitely was that. Because I'm like, bro, what is going on here? Why does damn near every song sound like something I done heard before? Now, I don't know. I think call it what you want. If it's stealing and snatching, she low key did it in a good way because it's like, well, wait, ain't this person's song? It's like I see what she did there, so it could possibly be intentional, especially when she had already released Imaginary Players. You feel me? It was this little mixtape. I want to see. Look, I'm fucking up. I'm calling the mixtape. This album was low key giving mixtape, but I'm not gonna say that as in like this was a shit ass album because it was actually a good album. It was what it did was it mirrored a couple classics that she enjoyed. That's exactly what she did, and hopefully it was intentional. Because if not, then damn, somebody stirred up something that they didn't even know they had they fucking spoon in. This was to me a remix or a cover, not even a remix. It wasn't a remix. I take that back. What Cardi B did on Am I the Drama for damn near a lot of her little songs was a cover of a couple classics. And yes, Janet Jackson's um, How Time Flies was one of them. How Imaginary Players was one of them. Had to be one of a Manny Fresh song. I feel like I done heard something from Manny Fresh on this album. I'm like, damn, I'm like, damn, she did covers for a lot of the classics. At least I think that's what she did because I put that shit together and I'm like, well,
911 assist is not operational.
what
Please.
the hell? Lord, what the? Do I need to lock the doors? I don't need 911 assist. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Yeah, anyway, that was weird. Maybe I was talking about that song too much. All right, I'm moving on. So, every time, and I said this one, this is track 16, and I said Jeezy all fucking day, and it's all there. Is that it? Yeah, you know the fucking song. Yes. I was a person that liked to be in the club. I'm not even gonna fucking lie. I love to go to the club because once I got out of my shell as far as me dancing and shit, because back when I used to go to the little clubs and dances and shit when I was in school, high school, middle school, anything like that, I was a fucking wallflower. I wasn't getting out on the floor to do shit. I wasn't going to stand and I wasn't dancing. I'm not doing nothing. You feel me? Now, well, not even now no more. But once I got older and would go to adult clubs and shit, and I got comfortable and I was there, like, shit, I'm here because I want to dance and have fun. This is one of my favorite songs to hear in the club. Jeezy, shit, was that Bankroll Fresh or am I tripping? I might be fucking up on his name. But the feature on that is all there. That when I hear that in the club, it makes me so goddamn happy, because when I used to hear in the club, I would act like I was in the goddamn video and I ain't even seen the video. So when I heard this, I instantly knew she got a little Jeezy in her. So I appreciated that. Moving on, number 18, Principal. We were all expecting a legit Janet Jackson feature, or at least I was, because I'm like, okay, Janet Jackson. And then I seen a clip of her on some talk show host, because she was on Hella. I seen a little clip of one, and she said she gonna do whatever Janet say, and Janet had some input on a couple chords and strings and whatever was added or whatever. I don't fucking know. But then I heard the song, which I'm guessing it's Principal, and I'm like, well, I don't hear no Janet. I just hear a sample from Janet, but I thought we was gonna get Janet in the booth saying some shit for this album specifically, not some old shit. Is it because you sampled on her twice and you just want to say, well, yeah, let me go ahead and throw her name in the features here somewhere? I don't know, because when I heard On My Back, I'm like, hold on, Janet, this ain't the feature, can't be. And then I heard Principal, and I was like, well, hold on, this ain't the feature, it can't be. But I'm guessing because she used some extra chords that they probably went in and redid or something like that, and all the bullshit, and more so the sample. And I was like, kind of took away from what I was expecting, because we didn't get an actual her on the legit album with a little 1-2, a little chorus like we've been hearing Tyler and this and that and Summer Walker in, and I'm like, okay, so this is what you meant, a sample. Anyway, moving on. Then we had number 19, Trophies. And I said, I think I like this in small amounts. Meaning like this song should be a little shorter, because I noticed at first I liked the song, but then after a while I'm like, okay, I think I'm done with the song, and then I'll turn. I feel like if this song was just a minute or a couple more seconds, or I don't know, fucking shorter, I would appreciate it more, because I feel like after a while something about it goes, okay, I'm done. I don't know. It's just one of those things where a movie can run on too long and you're like, all right, now they could have cut this, that, and the third. This was one of those things. How Bodega Baddie is so short of a song, I feel like Trophies should have definitely been that too. Moving on. But yet it did stand out, but that wasn't one of the stars of the show. Moving on. 21, Killing You Hoes. Again, I was like, hold on. Is this a Kaya song or is this a Trina song? And then I was like, nah, this gotta be Trina. This got to be Trina. I'm killing, especially when she said, I can't even get my words out, because I'm like, bro, if this whole album isn't more so inspiration, got some inspirational tracks and shit like a mixtape, because it's more so covers and things of the inspiration, I'm like, this is very much so Trina. Same cadence as far as the chorus. I'm killing you, huh? I'm killing you, huh? Literally, that's Trina. So I'm like, yo, this got to be a cover inspirational album, because every other motherfucking song that I turn to, I'm like, yo, bro, I didn't heard this before. So, but that was one of them that stood out. Moving on. Definitely a lot of southern rap and trap. Yeah, and I appreciate it. Like a lot of her instrumentals and beats and whatnot, I really really liked. Now, I more recently went to go listen to Invasion of Privacy. Like, I just ran through the songs in a couple seconds. I know if I like and don't like a song for real, for real. So I ran through it, and I'm like, well, I already got four of the songs or whatever saved on in my Invasion of Privacy, and I definitely don't like anymore. So coming from Invasion of Privacy to Am I the Drama, she definitely leveled up in how serious she took it. Not to say she didn't take it serious before, because everything she did before was pretty much up to par, especially production and features and whatnot. But on this, she actually kind of came a little harder and kind of was made everything a cohesive collection, as to like it was a movie or so. And I don't know why when they keep saying or comparing it as it is to a movie, but it was a guy I was listening to doing an album reaction on YouTube probably a day or so ago, and he was kind of making it as it was a movie. Black guy with dreads. Can't think of his name, but I'm definitely a subscriber. Can't think of his second name right now, but he was saying basically Drama as a movie. And I'm just like, yeah, this is definitely giving that, because it's giving us the visuals and the soundtrack and just a little bit of everything for you. Kind of pulling things left and right from different inspirations. And it's literally a little piece of something for everybody. Even if you don't listen to Cardi B, or you like a hater of Cardi B, I feel like if you would flip through this album, you'll probably find at least one track that you'll fuck with here and there. I promise you, you just might. You just might. Not saying it's 1,000% yeah, but you just might for this one. Now, if you would have said that for Invasion of Privacy, I'm like, nah, because I only like 4 of these songs, and I barely hear these songs anymore when I put shit in rotation on a playlist and like or whatever. So I'm like, I could take this album or leave it. As far as Invasion of Privacy, what else I got in these notes? Didn't really care for her pop track songs on here. Like the Selena Gomez joint, like the Summer Walker Shower Tears, and I think it might have been one more that was kind of popish. I didn't really like those songs. It was cutesy, whatever. I see where she going. Selena Gomez got the Latin thing going on, and she also want to stay in her pop bag because you want to continue on getting the soft girlies of all races and kinds. So I get that, but me personally, I didn't like those little songs for real. The Tyler song, I only liked this, the chorus of it, only in the beginning. Then after a couple, like a minute or so into the song, then I go ahead and flip it and turn it, because I don't really enjoy no more of the song. Yeah. Someone said this album was pretty much a bunch of singles. I'm sorry if I keep rubbing on this mic. Excuse me. And I'm like, yeah, it low-key is, because I can see every last one of these songs being played on the radio, obviously somewhere in New York, somewhere in California, in the bigger cities, and then having the more obvious songs on here being the more nationwide, where you hear it in the smaller towns and you hear it on the TVs and the commercials and all of that shit in the movies. She's got a little bit of all of that in this. There's commercial in Cardi B, even though her mouth and her songs are dirty and her videos be dirty. And that's what I low-key just be kind of like, damn, for this lady to come off one way in her music, everything else seems like she has a bit more of class and carrying herself. Like, I see what you're doing, Cardi. You making yourself very available. And me personally, if I was her, side note, I would go ahead and take a long ass break, go 7 more years, and probably go ahead and retire from music at least. Because baby girl, you about to have your fourth baby, and you about to say you going on tour. I'm like, ooh, seeing her on tour would be very, very interesting. But then I'm like, nah, she about to have this baby, and I feel like she gonna cancel some dates, and I don't even want to try to go through all that shit. I'm curious though, if she manages to go through the first set and we see what she going through and how she like, then I'll give it a little more thought. But I'm just thinking like, she said she gonna drop the baby a little bit before she go on tour. I think she go on tour February 2025. I could be wrong. Girl, it is September, the end of September at that. You gonna have the baby in a couple months here, and then you about to go on, what you say, a 26-day tour, and you said you plan on dancing and doing this and doing that. At the same time, you supposed to be resting because you just had a baby. And you got 3 other baby. Now, my thing is, I don't even going to get into her personal shit because I don't know what the fuck she doing. And I mean, like I said in another video, she probably doing it because, yeah, when you have babies and have kids and have drama and have bullshit going on with you, good, bad, indifferent or ugly, you're gonna get a little more money. You're gonna get a bag. You're gonna get more people looking at you, taking pictures of you, talking about you. She always in the fucking news for something, which is why she said she is the drama. We get it. So if she having another baby by some random dude who they say is allegedly gay and pushing up on men, and he already done had 2 babies by 2 other women, and she making a bad decision, and she moving too fast. She's making a lot of weird decisions, but honestly, I feel like any and everybody that's in the music industry that's that deep in the game is weird, is odd. They got some funny shit going on, and they got a lot of shit going on. You feel me? I know Beyonce is probably not the happiest person. She probably stressed the fuck out. I feel like Cardi B probably stressed the fuck out. I feel like everybody who was constantly in the motherfucking media, in the news, making music, consistently doing this, consistently doing that, is stressed the fuck out. So for her to get all in her motherfucking mix, as long as she ain't doing nothing crazy like these other celebrities, and who knows, she could be. I don't know. But I don't want to get into her whole situation about her baby daddy and her this and her that. I'm worried about the album. As far as the album go, I say congratulations. Stop going after your fans. Stop going after folks. Stop getting into it with social media people first and foremost, Cardi. I get going online and ranting because this is what my whole motherfucking channel is about. I get that, but don't go online and start going back and forth with motherfuckers because, again, that's only going to draw an attention. But, again, you could possibly want that, so go and do what you want to do. What the fuck do I know? All I know is that album is not half bad. What else am I talking about in these notes? I done damn near said a lot of it. Yeah, if I was Cardi, I would go ahead and release about 10 singles off the album, to be honest. I would release a hell of a lot of singles because I know she can, and I know they would probably be successful, especially if she decides to do visuals and things and fun stuff for them, especially since she say she about to go on this tour. Then I feel like she needs to go ahead and keep pushing her haters and everybody else that love her, hate her, and in between, and is curious to see what she gonna do with all of this. I say she release more motherfucking singles, do videos for them, and you know what's that gonna do? That's gonna increase her visibility and people wanting to go see her on the tour. You know why? Because they done heard the motherfucking song about 111 times. They're going to want to go see Cardi on tour to go see that shit that they done heard so many goddamn times. Put out a lot of singles. I know you could do it. I know that's what you're here for. Go ahead. Because my thing is, why didn't you put enough on the album. Now I don't know if that's the song or not, but the little single that she was doing off of Missy Elliott, the inspiration for that, she should have put that on the album. I don't know if Bongos was her song, but shit, fuck it. If you put WAP on there, you might as well put Bongos. You should have put all the singles that you did without an album with those singles. They should have been on the album as well. But hey, what do I know? The bar about dildos in a male's ass. I hope ain't no kids listening or no people that don't like to hear about stuff that's not vanilla. The bar about dildos in a male's behind totally sent me. The fact that she murdered Uzi and JT with one swift verse is exactly what a lot of us wanted to hear coming from this release. Me personally, I wanted to hear it. If rappers are beefing, having issues, going back and forth and talking shit, and they putting it in the music, yes, put it in the music, but also, who the fuck you talking about? Like put the names on it, or give us really, really good motherfucking hints, is what I'm saying. Because I didn't know she didn't like JT, and I didn't know she had a problem with Bia. I think I heard something about Bia not liking her, or Cardi not liking Bia, and they had issues. I knew her and Nicki Minaj had a problem at the Met Gala, and some shoes was thrown and some knots was had. I knew about that, but I want to know which bars was Nicki, because I was confused about that. I done forgot about that issue years ago, because I'm not a fan of either. But it would sound like I'm a big fan of Cardi, and honestly, I listen to Cardi a lot more than I do Nicki. Nicki songs, I like a couple here and there, but a full body of work that's about 12 or more songs, I can't say I do with Nicki Minaj. But as of Cardi B, she got me on this one. But I didn't know she had an issue with JT. So the fact that she said that line, I'm like, oh, and the sharing bags with my man. Oh, JT and Uzi. Oh, yeah, she got both of y'all. Uzi, she definitely got you, because you've been looking real scary. And I'm not talking about in the anime, the Death Note looking Japanese goth. Yeah, you feel me? Scene boy, emo boy, sad boy, piercing shit you got going on. But I'm talking about the purse wearing and the cutesy lipstick and the nails done and the weird type shit you got going on. That's what we all been seeing. And I'm saying, if you homosexual and when you want to come out and be trans and dance, that's fine. But whatever y'all got going on, keep it to yourselves then. Uzi is what Cardi's saying too. So when she said that, I think everybody, stood the fuck up and had a collective slow clap, because that was understood. So yeah, I eventually took a break from listening to this album, Am I the Drama? And then I came back to re-listen to it the second half of the week, because obviously I needed a break. I started to get a headache, because after a while, listening to the same shit over and over and over and over and over, I get a headache. And so I moved the fuck on and played a different genre of music, a different type of music. And then I came back to this album to see what songs I really could listen to on a weekly basis. Because I like a lot of songs, because who don't? But that don't mean I'm going to listen to them every day. That don't mean I'm going to listen to them every week. Shit, I may not even listen to them every month. So I went back to listen to this album to see what songs do I and would I actually listen to constantly or repeatedly. So again, I came back to On My Back and Every Time. Those two songs are my favorites. I came back to those two songs. So for me, this album has a lot of replayability. I already talked about that. Again, I'm looking off of these notes. We gonna get into, oh yeah, songs I actually replay. I'm sorry, I'm reading off of these notes, so I'm probably in and out, but hang with me because we almost done. Again, these are the actual tracks that I've replayed so far from this week of me listening to the album. On My Back featuring Laura Dez, Every Time, the Jeezy joint, Salute, the Texas slightly slowed, chopped and screwed type song, and Magnet, the one with the weird catchy noise and the belt to ass. I really like that song. That was you feel me? I know everybody wants to know if she writes her rhymes. I want to know too. Like, I want to know who's the witty one, the clever one, cuz I see what she doing, you know? And I feel like a lot of the girlies that's making music that's like the coochie popping type girlies, y'all know the girlies. I don't even want to name them. All of them. The light-skinned ones, the dark-skinned ones. I'm talking about all of them. Everyone in between. I feel like Cardi B is probably the best one. Because I feel like when I think of a rapper, I don't necessarily think of she always talking about coochie, coochie, coochie. I feel like there's variety in that. She's able to say witty stuff as a battle rapper because you might go into some type of beef situation when you want to go back and forth with another rapper. I don't know. I feel like Cardi B checks boxes off when it comes to actual rap. What the other girls be doing nowadays, you know, I don't know. Maybe seeing Cardi just talking on the beat. A lot of these girls be relying on their coochies and their cute little looksies to rely on the beat. And a lot of these girls don't have it. They could be something else. But I feel like Cardi got it when it comes to not only being a rapper, but being a brand. And most of all, what we all, I think, really enjoy about her is the personality. Okay? So, these are the songs that I actually saved on the album.